I guess I'm live. That was supposed to keep going. I'm still doing my prep work. Hey, folks, Andrew here, Top Fitness Strategies. Wow. Okay. I am the face who runs the place. I didn't expect that. That was wild. I'm typing notes to people as the intro's going. All right. All right. So give me a quick second here, folks. Yes, this is a rare Thursday night edition of Popcorn and Whiskey. And make sure I get this going on here. So you can hear me. Yep. Yep. You know what? I'm just going to leave this on. Why not? Okay. Okay. So tonight is going to be a little bit different. Oh, wait a second. I got to do the salute. Cheers. Tonight, yeah, I come here with a heavy heart, as a lot of the country is. Double whammy today. Well, triple whammy actually for me, personally, and several of my friends. Um, of course, 9/11. Um, what can you say that hasn't already been said? It changed the way people look at things. It changed the world. It changed the way we live. Yesterday, Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of thousands of people, and it's spreading like wildfire over the internet. The assassination video, which is really quite sad. I am happy to say that I have not seen it yet, nor do I want to. Hi, Lisa Marie. How you doing? And the triple whammy for me is I'm still not 100% confirmed of this, but I got it from a good source that a good friend of mine, um, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, we were very, 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 very close. And through time, through living your life, you kind of fall apart, drift apart, but you still, because of Facebook and social media, one of the better things about social media is that you still maintain friendships virtually with a lot of folks. I found out today that he has suddenly passed away. Don't know if it was today, yesterday. I don't know details, but I found out he had suddenly passed away. Um, yeah, at least I'm the same way. I don't want to see it. I am glad it has not popped up in any of my video feeds. Thank goodness. But that was tragic. So I'm coming on here in a little bit of a somber mood, a little bit of patriotic mood, a little bit of a pissed off mood, a little bit of I don't even know what you want to call it. Um, and I decided to come on tonight with zero preparation, and I'll be talking from the heart, talking from I don't even know what you want to call it. A place that I'm just going to rattle off, and probably my buddy JD will come on here in a little bit with me as well. I told him I wanted to come on first and just chit chat and get a few things going off my chest, and we'll see how that works out. Also, something else I wanted to point out: I watched the Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix. Everybody's talking about. I guess it's a series, parts of the series, and I watched what I'm guessing to be part three of the series. I guess, and I was not. Um, I was first of all, I was a fan of The Biggest Loser. The first several seasons. I mean, I never miss an episode. I absolutely loved that show. I loved what it stood for. I loved how it was in a position, or it was meant to help with the obesity, especially in the United States. I like that. I like the fact. Hi, Ethan. How you doing, buddy? I like the fact that The Biggest Loser, the intentions of the show, I like that. Um, Behind the scenes stuff, obviously we didn't know what was going on. as it was a reality show. This documentary, at least part three that I watched, and I have not watched part one, part two, at least the way I understood it, it was part three, which it didn't seem like it was a third part of a docu-series, if you will. It didn't seem like it was that. But after watching it, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm not first of all, I don't I'm this is not intended to beat people up at all. But a lot of these people were using excuses of what was happening um, on the show, and they don't take accountability for it, which I hate. I mean, keep this in mind. And Ethan, you're a young kid. I'm going to tell you right now, you are exactly in life where you want to be based on your decisions. Not so much you because of your age, but once you're an adult, no matter if you're 21 or 61, you are exactly in life based on the decisions you make. You want to change your life, change your decisions. Yes, it is that simple. I am a what's a good word for it? I am walking example of that. I've made some pretty shitty decisions in my lifetime. I look back now, at the time, I didn't think they were shitty, excuse my language, but they were. And so it put me in a position where I am now. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's indifferent. I'm saying it is exactly where I put myself. So think hard. And Ethan, I'm going to talk directly at you at this point, young man. You have a bright future, probably one of the brightest futures of somebody in your class. I've interacted with you. My family has interacted with you. You, my friend, are well above the maturity level of a lot of folks in your class. I'm not saying that to swell your head. I'm saying that because you got a gift. Use it. Whether it's photography, whether it's in band, whether it's communications, because you're a very good communicator, my friend. Keep that in mind. You can do whatever you want to in this world, and you can be a huge success with it. So if you choose, if in 20 years from now you're not a success is something, or at least working towards it, it's your own damn fault. Because I'm telling you, you have the skills to do it. Okay. Yeah, and I'm directly talking to you, Ethan. If I was in front of you, I would tell you the same thing. You, my friend, have skills beyond what you think you have. Believe me, I'm seeing that. So there you go. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. So you take that for what it's worth, my friend. And if you ever need encouragement, ever need talking to, first of all, you have your mother and father who are fantastic people. Keep that in mind. But if you ever need advice or you want to come on here with me sometime, first of all, we have to okay that with your folks. But I'll tell you what's what. Because you, my friend, have a bright future in front of you if you choose to embrace it. Okay. Keep that in mind. All right. So that's my positivity for the day. Okay. All right. JD is jumping all over my DMs and jumping all over here. All right, JD, I'll get you on in just a couple seconds, my friend. And JD and I, if you've watched my show, you know who JD is, and he's been coming on my show quite a bit. And he has his own podcast, and I'll let him talk about that when he comes on. And like I said earlier, if you weren't at the beginning, I asked JD to come on the show with me, but I also asked him to give me a few minutes up front to speak a little bit here. And gee whiz. This is not a smile. This is not a frown. This is more of a what direction do I want to go in tonight type of mood, type of attitude. You know what? I'll bounce some ideas off. And all right, hold on a second. JD, I'm sending you the link now. So come on anytime you want, brother. There you go. Okay. So if he comes on, and it's totally his choice. He is not required to be here, of course. It's always a pleasure to have him on there. Look at this. This is actually a green shirt. I was wearing a blue shirt the other day. It looked green. So I don't understand that there's a setting in this camera that I have not figured out yet. There's a few things like this blue right here. It looks blue. I have a blue shirt that when on camera, it comes off green. This green is almost the same. Well, I guess it's not the same green as right there. Red, white, and blue. Excuse me. That's the red, white, and blue right there. Oh, I guess I got to change the camera angle just slightly. Hold on here. See if I can change it just slightly to get more of the American flag in there. There we go. Okay. Got the American flag. You got the Italian flag. One of the same. Why? Because my blood is a full-blooded Italian. My nationality is American. And there you go. Okay. All right, JD. I'm bringing you on. Hold on a second here, buddy. Okay. All right, JD, you're on with me. Are you there? Hello, can you hear me?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent.
What are you doing? Are you eating the microphone? You're way over modulated. Hello, how are you doing?
All right. Let me back up the microphone. Usually I gotta hold it real close. Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Usually I have to.
It's over modulated.
I usually have to slide it closer.
There. Say that again. What was that?
I was saying I usually have to have it like real close to me, like right on top of me, so I have my face like right next to it. But I guess tonight it's working excellent.
No, it's fine right now. Yeah, and I don't know what you did differently, but no, and yeah, it's you were what they call overmodulated for those who are listening and don't know the industry terms. That basically means when you're in a microphone like this and it just sounds distorted. It's called overmodulated. So there you go. You learn about podcasting and radio right here. See, you learn everything. Podcast. All right.
Absolutely.
Now, last week, the NFL kickoff season was on, and those who know me know I'm not a big NFL guy. JD is a huge NFL guy, and he asked me to come on his watch along last week, and I had a ball doing it. Didn't know what the heck I was talking about, and I was on there for 20 minutes or so. But he had a great group of guys on there. So, JD, before we get started with everything, plug yourself. Tell people what your you have 2 or 3 podcasts out there. Tell them about what's going on or live streams and what you do.
Yeah. Well, there's Mayhem Media. That's for just entertainment. And we're getting into the NFL this year. We've been doing a lot of wrestling over the summer and earlier in the year, but now we're expanding into football here in the fall. So we're going to be doing several watch-alongs. We're going to be doing a watch-along for each of the primary games, Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, and then we're going to pick a Sunday afternoon game. And we'll, based on what we get, based on our information and what our data tells us, we'll continue to do them, or we'll, do it something different with football. Okay. But the first one went well. So as far as, we're even talking about maybe adding more if the next one is just as successful.
Why aren't you on tonight?
Scheduling.
Okay.
I can only be there. Unfortunately, listen, I've been practicing a long time. Okay. And despite all my practice and my best efforts, and I mean, I've really tried this, I just can't be in 2 rooms at the same time.
I don't know why not? What the heck, dude?
I know. If you figure it out, let me know, teach it to me. I'll be happy to, but I just can't seem to do it. So tonight actually on the Boiling Point podcast side, my other brand, which talks about like faith, politics, community news, world news, economics, that type of thing. There was we had a school board watch along tonight. So I wouldn't have been able to do the Thursday night game even if I wanted to.
And that's for local, for your local.
Yeah, that's local here in central Pennsylvania. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Big news of the day, as we all know. First of all, 9/11, and I don't know how old you were when that happened.
I had just graduated high school 4 months before.
Okay. All right. So you were basically an adult, so you understood somewhat understood what was going on. I was an adult working at a mortgage company that morning. And it was a Tuesday morning, and it basically it changed the world, folks. If those who don't know, and anybody who watches my show knows how it changed the world, and I'm not going to get into a lot of details about it. I can't justify or can't eloquently talk about all the stuff that happened like other folks have done. And I'm not dismissing it. I'm not downplaying it. It's a huge, significant event that happened in our country. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
I cannot do it justice. I can tell you what I was doing that day, but it's just boring. And I'm not gonna. I don't want to replay that in my mind.
Yeah.
The
It's not.
other,
I was actually sleeping through some of it. I didn't even know it was happening until my buddy had called me. The one who helps me run both my podcasts. Actually, he goes by Mizpah. And he called me and was like, "Hey, this and this and this is happening." And I'm like, what are you doing? Telling, like, I thought it was like a joke to try and get me to jump up out of bed. My friends, when I was in high school, it was always a running gag. My friends would call me and see what they could tell me to see if I get up out of to get me to jump up out of bed because I was a sleeper. So yeah, I was just taking it as a joke at first. I was like, come on, man, really? This is ridiculous. So I get up in my chair, I turn the TV on, I turn it to CNN, and I immediately tell him, like, I'll call you back. And I hung up on him. So, and it was, so it was, I don't even know if I could tell you what I did throughout the rest of that day. Just had the TV on and was basically waiting to see if there was anything else coming and what I might need to do or what me and my family might need to do if things were, because I don't know about you, but, me and my family were kind of thinking like, okay, we might need to, maybe vacate the area or try and, like we didn't know what was going on at the time.
Yeah. Well, nobody did. Nobody knew what was going
exactly.
on. Yeah. I'll tell you this story. I don't know if it's good, bad, and different, but I was in a mortgage business at the time and I had a young couple buying their first house. I was doing the mortgage for them. And the Friday before 9/11 hit, I get a call from them. They're freaking out. I said, what's up? Because we're closing the following Wednesday, following Thursday. We're closing a week later on their first house. If they don't get, if the loan doesn't go through, which it did, if the closing didn't happen, they were homeless.
Yeah.
Okay. So they called me freaking out. They said they'd talked to the realtor and they said all the paperwork's nothing's right with the paperwork. All the paperwork was already in. My end as a mortgage broker was already completed. We could have closed that day, but the realtor was dragging their feet and they're blaming me. So I got off the phone with my clients after I calmed down. I called a realtor. I said, "Will you cut it out?" I said, "You're the one dragging your feet. Why are you trying to make me look bad? I'm all done with everything. I'm waiting for you to do your part." All right. So I basically got on the phone with him. Him and I were going back and forth. And I basically gave him the what for.
Yeah.
Sunday night, I get a call from my clients again. Again, the realtor says nothing's prepared. Nothing's done. I said, "Are you kidding me?" So I called a realtor again and I talked to him. I said, "Cut it out." Monday night. Now, granted, the Twin Towers thing happened Tuesday morning. Monday night, I'm on the phone with my clients, Monday evening. And my specific words, my exact words to them, and I will never forget this. I said, "Listen, we are closing on Thursday. You will have your house on Thursday. The only thing that will stop it is if there's a global catastrophe."
Oh, man.
My exact words, a global catastrophe. Other than that, we will close. Yeah.
And then it happens.
Tuesday morning. Yeah, that happens. We ended up closing still. The paperwork got through. We ended up closing, but I said, "You know what? I'm never going to use those words talking to somebody again."
Yep.
Yeah. I said, unless there's a global catastrophe, everything's fine.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, that's it was crazy. And you know what? That's the other thing. I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, but that's not the only thing that happened. The attack on 9/11 isn't the only thing that's happened on 9/11 in our country. Yep. The attack on Benghazi also happened on 9/11.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
here's a positive thing that happened on 9/11. If I
give us something for positive.
Okay. I do you know who this is?
Yes. Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. 9/11, 1985 is when he broke the all-time hit record.
All right.
1985. So,
well, that is at least something positive.
And this picture, by the way, I used to work as a bartender, and I had clients that come in, and I was a bartender at a restaurant/bar. And also I've waited tables at the bar. And so I had regular customers coming in. So we talked about baseball all the time. I'm a huge Pete Rose fan. I think he's the best player that ever stepped on a baseball diamond. They brought this picture into me. Again, I have it here. They brought this into me. It's a one of a kind, hand drawn by a friend of theirs who gave it to them. They said they didn't have any use for it, so they gave it to me. Nowhere else on the planet is this picture anywhere. I would love to get it appraised one day, but I don't know who or where to do that, and I'm scared to get it out of my possession.
Yeah, I can understand that too.
Yeah.
At least they're putting him in the. Didn't they put him in the Hall of Fame finally?
Not
they
yet.
finally voted to put him in. Oh, still not yet. Oh,
if they did, I don't know. I mean, I saw an interview with him once, and I guess this is after, like, the day after he died, or the rest in peace, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
It was, the internet was bombarded by things that he said and interviews that he did. He said that I'm the hit king. Right now, I'm the hit king. I'm not in the Hall of Fame, and I'm paraphrasing this.
Yeah.
He says, if I die, I don't care if they put me in the Hall of Fame or not. Say I'm dead. What do I care? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm paraphrasing how he phrased it, but yeah, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. Now it's, if he goes in, it's kind of anticlimactic at this point.
What do you think about that? Like, I mean, the Hall of Fame, it used to be because they would wait so long to put people in because the Hall of Fame didn't start on year one of baseball or year one of football. It was later on once the organization existed for a while. So what are your thoughts at this point on, inducting people who are still alive? Should we be inducting people that are alive? Should they get a chance to celebrate that?
Absolutely, we should. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, definitely.
I think if somebody dies of old age and they put them in, I think that's a slap in the face, personally. But if they die like in a tragic car accident or something like happened yesterday, which we'll talk about in a second with Charlie Kirk, that I understand putting them in a Hall of Fame at that point. But waiting until they're 70, 80 years old and they say, we'll put him in the Hall of Fame now. Oh, he passed away. No, screw you. It's a slap in the face at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think, and I think wrestling does the same thing. They wait too long to put people in the Hall of Fame.
I think with wrestling, there's the WWE Hall of Fame. Then there's all kinds of other Hall of Fames.
Yeah, I guess I'm referring to basically the WWE Hall of Fame. Right. I think they wait too long also to induct certain people into the.
And how they haven't inducted the Midnight Express is beyond me at this point. But I think this year coming up, since it's going to be in Indianapolis, I have a feeling they will, because Jim Cornette is in Louisville. And if folks who don't know what we're talking about, professional wrestling, don't worry about it if you don't understand. We'll get off this topic in a second. But Jim Cornette lives in Louisville, which is an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from Indianapolis, and he doesn't fly anywhere. And unfortunately, Bobby Eaton, who was the main guy next to Cornette with the Midnight Express, he won't be around because he passed away. But Sweet Stan and Dennis Condrey may be there. Stan will be. Dennis may not. Because I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast all the time, and he talks about the guys. Yeah. So anyway, so that's wrestling for us. All right. So a topic that is buzzing around everywhere is Charlie Kirk.
Yep, Charlie Kirk. As you can tell by my profile, picture.
Yes. And those who don't know, who are watching right now, which unfortunately we don't have a whole lot of people watching right now. There, maybe they will. Maybe I'll clip some of this out and we can use it later on. But Charlie Kirk was how do you explain him? He was a very good orator. Is that right? Oh, he can very well at talking. Orator, or I don't know what the word.
He was a very good. I think you're using that right. Auditor, I believe.
Auditor or whatever it is.
But
and he challenged people, not in a negative way, but okay, let's talk about issues.
Yeah,
you might be on the opposite side than I am, but let's talk about it. Let's throw ideas at each other.
Yeah,
and see if we can come to some sort of agreement, and not really who's wrong or who's right, but let's see if we can understand each other, type of thing.
Exactly.
And he did this through campuses, college campuses all over the United States and several places around the globe as well.
Oh yeah.
And
He goes to go to the United Kingdom and debate students. He would stand
at
up there and
Oxford
debate like
University
10
with the
students.
professors, he debated
Yeah,
them.
yeah. He even
Yeah,
debated professors. Yeah, he would
yeah,
debate professors. Yeah, that's all his goal was to get people talking, was to talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
the issues.
And keep this in mind. When you debate somebody, it's not a negative thing. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand, that I think debate is arguing. No, it is not. Debate is presenting your ideas, and the other person presents their ideas, or the other group or whatever, the other side presents their ideas, and you come to I don't want to say an
A debate
agreement, but you come to
yeah,
a mutual understanding of how each other think. And
yeah. And people
maybe,
always,
just maybe, you can
yeah,
persuade the other person to think your way. Good, bad,
yeah,
right, wrong. It's indifferent.
yeah.
Am I
Um,
do you think I explained that correctly?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what he tried to do. He wanted to debate people, and I imagine he knew that, at least when he was doing the professional debates. Anytime he
Hmm.
was on college campus, his goal was to change minds, which is
Yeah.
also why him and some of the other guys that he works with in his organization also, like, when they're doing that stuff, they always, if you disagree with them, you get to come to the front of the line to speak.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you disagree with them, you're moved to the front. You know what I mean? So they always move people. And Charlie Kirk always had, if you disagree, you get to come right up to the microphone.
I
So that's what he was looking for.
Yeah. And folks who have never seen his clips, which I find it hard to believe
Again,
you
I don't
haven't
know
seen
how.
his
Yeah,
clips. They're out there. I like how when the other person was talking, how he put the microphone down on the
yep,
table. I love that. And that's not, very few people do that. And because he didn't want to interrupt them, he wanted to let
exactly.
them go. That's one of the beauties of how he handled everything.
Amazing restraints. That's something that I struggle with when I'm debating someone. I have to do the same thing. I'll mute my microphone, or I'll have to, because I have trouble. I want to interrupt and be like, "No, you're wrong." Like, that's not how debate's supposed to go, though.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
the restraint that he had
Yeah.
was just incredible.
I have never debated somebody on here on this show. I have interviewed hundreds of people, but excuse me, interviewing is totally different than debating.
Yeah,
Interview is totally different than debating. I would love for somebody to come on and debate me.
yeah,
Do I know everything about the politics? Absolutely not.
yeah,
And I don't claim to know everything, but I can. And it comes to health and fitness, yeah, I can talk pretty intelligently. When it comes to professional wrestling, I can talk pretty intelligently about it. When
yeah,
it comes to NASCAR, I can talk pretty intelligently about it.
yeah,
When it comes to being a 58-year-old single guy, I can talk as an expert about that. The other subjects, maybe not as much, but I love to learn. I have no
yeah. Me
problem with
too.
anybody coming on talking about any subject they would like to, because I would be interested in hearing more. And I have been told by others that I ask questions that other people don't, and I don't know why that is. To
That
me,
I,
these questions just seem obvious. And
People say the same thing to me. I think it's just it's our natural gift to to
Mhm.
interview people and to host like the way we do. I think it's just I think it's just in our wheelhouse. We ask the right questions. Our brain works a little differently.
Yeah, I was told by one of my mentors, online mentors, that he refers to me as the. Do you know the canary in the cage in the cave? You know what that is?
No, I don't think so.
Back at coal miners a long time ago, they would keep canaries in the cage in a coal mine, because the canaries, they if there's no oxygen or very little oxygen, they would collapse. So,
Okay.
and they would collapse before the humans would, before the
Yeah.
humans could sense it. So they would keep canaries in the cage, because they would get the
Hmm.
first indication of, lack of
There's
oxygen. We
not.
need
Yeah. There's
more
not
air
enough.
down here.
How
So
about
he
that?
always says I was the canary in the cage because of I was, he always says I was first to understand or think of something or see something different that other people didn't see.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying that for myself in a bragging way. I'm just saying that's what he always said about it, about me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So he called me the canary in the cage. That's what he
Yep.
said about me.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even. It's a cool story, and now I know that. You're just talking
There
about
you
learning something new.
There you go. Yeah, like the Bible says, thou shalt learn something new every day.
Yes.
I don't
I
know
don't
if it
think
says
that's
that or not, but
exactly how it's worded, but yes.
Now, I would admit I haven't read the Bible from cover to cover, so I don't know. Maybe you have. I don't know.
I haven't read every book of the Bible. I'm working my way through it, but I have not read every single book in the Bible. I've studied various books, but not actually sat and read like every single piece of scripture in the whole Bible. I haven't done that yet. I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet.
I can honestly say the only one that I recall reading, I'm sure I've probably read others, but the book of Job.
Because what a coincidence! I'm reading. That's the book I'm reading through right now. Actually, is the book of Job. I just read through the first 2 or 3 chapters just the other night.
This was, God, 1990, 1991, 1992 when I read it, and I remember that because I was working at a certain place, and the person I was working with always quoted different things. She said, "You should read that chapter." And she actually gave me a Bible, which I still have, and bless her soul, she's rest in peace. She passed away 10, 15 years ago. But and that's the only book I read from that. And I was like, oh, it's so sad. Oh.
Yeah, it's quite the book of Job.
Yes. So it's
a good book.
Look at us.
If you're feeling in despair, or you're feeling down, or you're feeling depressed, that's a really good book, I think, to read if that's your kind of style. Like for me, reading that book made me think, oh, well, suddenly my life is not necessarily so terrible.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But, and I will put this caveat, and maybe it's because I'm a slow reader. You have to read it till the end to understand the I guess, benefits or the joy that comes out of it. Because if you stop midway, you're going to be, oh man, this is sad.
Yeah, you have to. Oh yeah, you have to read. Yeah, you definitely have to read all the way through it. It's one of those books that you actually like. Not that all of the books don't need to be read from beginning to end, of course, but it's the way it's structured is almost more like a story. There's not many of the books of the Bible that are actually structured like a story, kind of. And the book of Job really is.
Yep. Look at us, professional wrestling, biblical. Well, look at us, politics. We're all over the place, aren't we?
We're Renaissance men.
I tell you what. Oh. Speaking of have you seen a movie, Renaissance Man?
I have.
With
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. I absolutely love that movie, but I cannot watch the final scene where they're marching because I'll break down in tears.
Oh yeah, when they salute him at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I just got waterfalls coming out. I can't watch it. So I mean, I think it's a great movie.
Oh, it's a really great movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's crazy because when you watch it, because it's about military soldiers and stuff. But it's not what you're expecting. It's not what you're expecting.
No, not at all.
That's what makes it, I think, really nice.
I also think that was Mark Wahlberg's first movie.
I don't believe it was his first movie, but it was on his rise before he became the man.
Yeah, before he became Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Yes. Before he actually became Mark Wahlberg. I don't think it was that one. I'm drawing a blank on what his actual first.
Okay, I thought that was, but
you might be right. I will take a moment and look it up quick. But I'm thinking there was 1 or 2 other ones where he wasn't. I mean, that might have been his first one where he was like in the entire movie. I think he might have had a guest spot or something on a movie or 2 before that potentially. Okay. But I'm actually not 100% sure on that.
Okay. Well, while you're looking it up, I wanted to get back to the Charlie Kirk thing. So I'm not going to be on an hour at the most tonight. And hopefully I'm going to be in a position where I can clip this out and put it out there a little bit. So 1 for marketing for myself and 1 marketing for you. Yes, I'll be transparent about that. But 2, I think that there are people out there who need to hear what you and I have to say about this, because I think you and I are in the same mindset about all the idiots, the haters out there.
Yeah,
I've read some stuff online today about people are posting, rest in peace, blah blah blah, and everything about Charlie Kirk. And I'm not saying blah 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 in a negative way. I'm just saying, okay, a ditto thing. A lot of people are posting that, and it's a great tribute. I get it and everything else. But as you read the comments, there's some people in there said he deserved to die.
Absolutely.
I wish the shot would have been more towards his heart or something like that.
Yeah.
Those
Just
people are
disturbing.
sick. Those
Yeah,
people are
disgusting.
sick. If any of
Disgusting.
you people are watching this right now, and I'll speak for JD as well, if you follow either one of us, unfollow us, unfriend us. We do not want you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I don't want you part of my business or my profile or my following whatsoever. You're a sick individual.
Yep.
I don't care what your politics are. That doesn't, and I'm looking right at you guys. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care if you go left, right, center. I don't care. If you think murdering somebody, assassinating somebody, just because they have a different belief than you is okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. Excuse my language, JD. I hope you don't mind me saying that.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more with the sentiment.
Crikeys.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with the sentiment. That's just garbage. Yeah, it's completely disgusting how many people are actually like trying to celebrate this. And that's what, like, I was waiting for, because a couple of my friends are liberal and stuff, but none of them have said anything about it, which I'm actually very grateful for. Yep. But I mean, I would, it doesn't matter. I listen, I'm not the biggest Barack Obama fan or Joe Biden fan, but I'm also like, if he was assassinated, I would treat it the exact same way.
Absolutely.
It's not right. It's not okay. Doesn't matter if it's somebody you agree with politically or not. You know what I mean? It's not okay to assassinate people. It's not okay to kill people. Doesn't matter. Right. So
right.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Barack Obama and Joe Biden, I'm not the biggest fan of those guys. I lean more right, and yes, I'm 100% MAGA for the hat and tail right in the front. I cannot stand it when somebody refers to him as Mr. Obama or Mr. Biden. No, it's President Obama, President Biden. Whether you liked him, didn't like him, whatever, however you determine whether they got in office, however, they were in office. They were the president of the United States. They should be addressed as president. I cannot stand it when people call them Mr. Sorry, no, it's president.
Yeah, I try and do that. I'm not always successful. Sometimes I'll just refer to Biden by a nickname or something, maybe. Yes. But I do try and I do try and speak with them at least with some kind of respect, at least as the president.
Yes.
But it's just not right. Like, it's just not okay to be assassinating people. And honestly, I mean, how did we not know and see this was coming after last year with what happened with President Trump? How did we not expect that somebody else was likely going to be the next target? Because honestly, it never even occurred to me that someone else would likely be the target. I never, even watching Charlie Kirk's videos, all those people on the campus, it never, ever occurred to me.
No.
What happens if someone actually just decided to shoot him right here in the middle of all this? Like, that never occurred to me at all.
Well, I was watching something today. What was I watching or listening to this morning? Was it maybe it was Joe Pags last night that said that usually on campuses, he is on the same level as height-wise or podium-wise as the rest of the students. Yeah. This particular place, he was like almost like an auditorium where it was stair-step leveled behind him or in front of him, and he was down.
Yep.
So the shooter had a direct line of sight to him. Otherwise, you couldn't have a direct line of sight to him.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons. Now, right now it is 9:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do not know if they have captured anybody or not. I knew that. It was reported that Kash Patel, director of the FBI,
or it's all the same thing.
Is it FBI or CIA? I forget. FBI.
He's FBI. Kash Patel is the director of the FBI. Yeah.
And Dan Bongino were on their way to Utah. Utah to do some sort of press conference. I don't know if it happened or not. Do you know?
I did not know. I did not hear about the press conference. I saw a post on Twitter from Kash Patel saying that they had a suspect.
Yep.
But there was no other information other than that. So perhaps they did get a suspect and they were really making a statement on the suspect that they apprehended, perhaps. But no, I actually didn't know that there was a statement. I will definitely try and look for that.
Because I know there's supposed to be a press conference earlier this evening, but they postponed it because they said they wanted to wait for Cash and Dan to be there.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I was a huge fan of the Dan Bongino show,
Me too.
His online podcast that he
Yeah.
did.
Talk about someone who gave up. You think Trump gave up a lot to be the president, and he did, because he's a multimillionaire who runs businesses, and he put all that on hold so he could be president. Yep. Dan Bongino runs an entire media company. The Dan Bongino Show. If you don't think that he's a small business owner and that he has employees and that he runs things, and he stepped away from this money that he's making, and I can assure you, it is way more lucrative than what he's doing right now. Okay.
I think it was estimated. I heard when he walked away, another show said that just from the numbers that they can see, they don't have access to his financials, but just from the numbers that they can see, it was a minimum $5 million a year. Minimum.
Yeah. And he walked away from that so that he could help Kash Patel run the FBI. So if you don't think he's just like Trump, if you don't think some of these people are patriots and doing it for their country, then you're just being cynical on purpose. You're just being willingly ignorant.
Oh yeah.
At this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was a huge Bongino fan. I not so much his radio show because I couldn't pick it up where I am. And I was always busy in the afternoons, but from 11 to 12 in the mornings, Eastern time. Oh yeah. I was on Rumble watching him. Absolutely was.
Yeah. He's one of the few people that I actually like, almost like most of what he does and stuff. Like everybody has their own taste, as we were talking about. You're not going to agree with somebody 20 or 100% of the time, all the time.
Yep.
So, but I found with Dan Bongino, I seem to be, along his ideals and his kind of mindset more than most other political commentators, like a Steven Crowder or a Ben Shapiro or something like that.
Crowder, I can deal with to an extent.
Yeah, I like Crowder, but I think his, he's got a really great research team, and credit to him for hiring a really great research team.
Yep.
But if I was him, I'd be shouting, I'd be giving them all the credit. I don't believe for a second that Steven Crowder looks up this information that he has. He
of course not. No, of course, the team does.
So I think that's my only problem with Crowder. He's a little arrogant. I think he thinks, it seems like when he's on his show, he's the man. And I'm the man on my show too, and you're the man on your show. But I give thanks. I give the props to the people that help me put the show on. I don't just absorb it and say, "Oh yes, this is my show and I did it all." I give the props. Other people help me put it on.
And here's where the difference in ideas and opinions come into play. I don't see that with Crowder at all. What the thing that turns me off on the Crowder show is when they do those stupid little skits in the middle of the show.
I'm not a fan of those either. Yep.
I don't like those. Some of them, but a lot of them, no. I mean, I like it when he goes through bullet points. Okay, this is fact, this is fiction, or whatever. Yeah. I like that part. All right.
He is very good behind the camera. Like, he is a great host. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who else do you like?
I also didn't like Steven Crowder and some of the stuff that happened with his wife. That kind of turned me off a little bit.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And
there's a video of him talking to his very pregnant wife, like,
oh wow,
very extremely pregnant wife. And I'm sorry, I have some of the same beliefs he does in terms of like where a man and a woman are equal. They each have their responsibilities. It's their, that's how you maintain a house. Each person has their responsibilities. You see your responsibilities, right? But if my pregnant wife was 8.5 months pregnant, large as a house, barely able to waddle around, I would be wanting her to protect my offspring in her belly.
Absolutely.
And I would not be. And I would not be complaining about how she did not pick up the dog poop. I would not be berating her. I would not be berating her because she didn't do her duties as a wife and pick up the dog poop in the yard.
See, I didn't know about that. I didn't hear that.
It's really, I mean, it really turned me off. I didn't like that video at all. So I don't watch him as much. I do like Ben Shapiro. I put him on the Daily Wire, the whole crew at the Daily Wire, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, I like them.
I like him, but he needs to slow down when he talks. He talks way too fast for me. He said, dude, slow down a little bit.
He does talk fast. Some people have told me sometimes that I tend to do the same thing, especially if I get excited or passionate about something.
You don't talk nearly as fast as he does. And this is not a knock on anybody. It's just my personal preference. Like, Ben, slow down, dude.
Yeah. Take a breath, bro. But also, I'm not really. My only problem with Ben Shapiro is that he tends to ease up on the whole. Well, we are in a free country. Like we're founded on a Judeo-biblical or Judeo-Christian belief system, and I think he yields that a little too easily sometimes. He's like, well, if this is what you want to do, then do what you want to do. And I get that. We're in a free country. People do have the freedoms to do what they want. But he's a Jew who wears a yarmulke on his head.
Yeah.
And, proclaims his faith like all the time. I think he gives up that argument a little too easily, in my opinion.
Okay.
When it comes to faith and this country, I think he likes to talk about freedoms, and then, he likes to talk about faith, but he doesn't ever like to seem to talk about them at the same time.
Okay. All right. I don't listen to him enough, so I don't know. So, okay, here's another one. Do you listen to Joe Pags?
No, I don't. That name sounds familiar, but no, I can't say that I've listened to him too much or watch him on the regular.
He's on from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on different radio shows, and also on Twitch and on YouTube. Used to be on Rumble, but now he's not on Rumble. He's trying different things. I love Joe Pags.
Okay.
But he's on a national radio, so he has to break for commercials all the time. So it's not a live stream. So that kind of takes me away from it a little bit. But
you know what? Yeah, that's how it is. But you know what? I am the same way. Commercials. It really. I don't like commercials either. Who likes commercials? But now that I'm a small business owner or small business startup of my own, I think about it differently because the Boiling Point podcast just got monetized on Facebook. So we're
monetized on Facebook.
How?
Yeah, now we're getting into business stuff because I don't know. How do you get monetized on Facebook?
They actually had sent Facebook when I signed into Facebook. There was a little thing right at the top as soon as I logged in that said, "Hey, Meta, you're qualified for monetization. Do you want to activate it?" Oh. I didn't think I was close. I don't know if Facebook just did something where they selected some people to be monetized. As in a kind of a random thing, or I don't know what they did, but when I went and looked up what the requirements are to be monetized on Facebook, we're not even close yet, but we are currently monetized on Facebook.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. I don't know if they gave us a deal or whatever, but yeah, I don't care. I'll take it.
Wow.
So, and we're also looking for sponsors. So, you might have to start sitting through a few advertisements, if you will, on the Boiling Point podcast from time to time once we pick up some sponsorship or once we get more monetized.
Some sort of digital product, and I don't know what it would be, and sponsor yourself.
I mean, I kind of already do. Everything comes out of my money, out of my pocket, but that's what I mean by sponsorship. It would be nice if someone came in and said, "Hey, plug us, and we'll give you money."
Do a shirt, a hat, or something, a mug or something.
I have the storefront. There's storefronts for both podcasts. If you want to check out the Mayhem Media stuff, check out bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. And that's the one for Mayhem Media. And the Boiling Point podcast one is same thing. bonfire.com/store/the Boiling Point podcast. Pretty easy. And you can we have a whole bunch of apparel. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, we got sweatpants. Bonfire just opened up their catalog to me over the summer. So we have pants now, we have shorts, we have yard signs, we have mugs, we have travel mugs, we have tumblers. We have a lot of stuff available in our storefront right now. So yeah, we have that, and we plug it all the time. And thank you for letting me plug it on your show.
Well, I wish we had more people watching for that way. There's another guy that I watch every so often, and if he ever hears this, please come on my show. I'd love to be a guest on your show. He calls the show Quite Frankly. I don't know. His name is Frank something or other, but he's on all kinds of different platforms. He's from, I think he starts at 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 or 7 to 9 in the evenings. He talks about everything. Okay. And it's growing big time. And it's cool to see his website because he has so many different live stream setups that he does in so many different platforms.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
what I'd
also
like to
talked
do.
to
I'd like
another
to
guy. His name is Patriot Mike. He's in the mornings from starts at 9. And yes, I'm plugging you, Patriot Mark. Not that you're watching this, but I'm plugging you. I've talked to him personally one-on-one about some non-business type stuff. I think for podcasting or something like that. We talked on the phone. And he has a Rumble show exclusively on Rumble. And he told me, and I'm not going to broadcast it here, but he told me what he made last year financially wasn't the best at all, but he says it's growing. He started from 0 and he's strictly on Rumble, and he has 400 or 500 viewers when he's online. And he told me what he made. And once again, it's not my business to broadcast it out there. And I'll tell you in private, JD.
Yeah. Rumble is really good because you can get monetized. Like I'm monetized also on Rumble too. It doesn't take much to get monetized on Rumble. That's the whole point, and that's their business model. That's how they draw in people. You don't need these unbelievable, outrageous requirements to get monetized. But you do need, the trade-off though is that you need a lot of viewers. You're not earning a lot of money unless you have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewers. And then even then, it's not like you're rich. I'm sure that you could live decently enough off of Rumble if you were making the right kind of money. But it is hard to make. While it's easier to get monetized on Rumble, it's harder to make money on Rumble because you need to have tens of thousands of views to actually start seeing some of that trickle in.
Well, I say he does this Patriot Mike does a live stream every day, and the last I saw, which was several months ago, because I'm not around the computer at that time anymore. But the last I saw, he was averaging about 400 a day, 400 to 500 a day.
Yeah, see, that's and if he's averaging 400 or 500 live viewers, then he's likely getting a couple thousand by the end of the day, and then by the end of the week, he's probably up into the 5,000 or 10,000 watch list. And that's what it takes. I mean, that's the other problem. That the podcasting market is so saturated right now. Everybody is a content producer now. Yeah, everybody with a phone is producing content. You take a picture of your son on the playground, you post it on Facebook. Guess what? That's content. You're a content producer. So that's what it is. And everybody with a phone right now and taking videos, and that's what the market is so saturated right now. It's hard to actually get in and make money off the viewers. That's why we're looking for some sponsorships.
Okay. And by the way, folks who are watching this, not that you are, this is a ruler that I have in my hand. I had it on my desk. And that's why I'm playing with it. I always got to fidget with something in my hand. You just said something that I guess I never realized until just now. On Facebook, people don't stay and watch long on Facebook. Rumble, they leave it there and they stay and watch it. Facebook, they keep scrolling. Rumble, there's nothing to scroll. YouTube, they scroll more.
Yep. Rumble is definitely, Facebook, we get more views, but again, how many of those views are people actually tuning into the whole thing? I would have to look at my analytics for that. But our Rumble analytics and our Rumble views are pretty solid and steady through most of the content that we make.
See, I don't live stream to Rumble with my popcorn and whiskey, just for the fact that it's a pain in the ass to do so with StreamYard, unless it's changed.
It's easier. They made it easier. You still have to set up the live stream in Rumble, but now you don't need to put all the codes in. You don't need all the API.
Well, I know that. Yeah, you had to set up the Rumble. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to set up the live stream, and then if you have it linked to your Rumble, then now it's just in the studio. You just have to select the studio when you were doing it in StreamYard now.
And I'm just too lazy.
Significantly easier.
I did go to the Rumble studio before I did this tonight, and it looks like you can broadcast to more options on Rumble for free than you can with StreamYard for paying.
Oh,
yeah.
So I will have to take a look at that.
Yeah, with the Rumble, with the Rumble stream.
They're doing I just did see that Rumble's just added. They're trying to do like what StreamYard's doing, but offer it like through their own thing, like a way for you to like a StreamYard studio, but offered by Rumble.
Yeah. Now, I am a huge StreamYard fan, just for the fact that I've been using them for several years, and I'm locked into their a plan that I got for a Christmas special that they had like 5 years ago. So I'm locked into a plan. I'm not going to mention prices because it's not fair to people who can't get it anymore. but I'm only allowed to stream up to 3
Yeah.
social media sites at a
Yeah.
time. I can have as many as I want in my studio at my disposal, but I can only broadcast to 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Unless I go up a tier
Yeah.
on their page screen, and if I did that, I would pay a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot more than what I'm paying now.
Yeah, so you're at where we were actually. You're at the top of the individual plan, and then the next plan above that is their like group plan, their company pricing and stuff. And that's what you said, the price goes way up.
The plan that I'm on.
Oh no, it can't be. Yeah, because we have the highest one. If we want to go up again, then we have to get like the company plan, and that is outrageous, and we're not doing that.
The plan I have, they don't offer it anymore. They don't offer it, and I'm grandfathered into it. And if I would get out of it, there's no way I can get back into it. I'll tell you right now.
You picked up the lifetime, like the many year, like a big long contract or the lifetime membership or whatever.
Yep.
And that's if you're gonna use it, that is exactly the way to go.
I pay $10 a month for StreamYard. That's all I pay.
That is fantastic.
Yeah,
I would love that. I would love that. And that would be huge if we could drop our budget that much, dude. That would be huge. We pay outrageous money for StreamYard right now.
Look into Rumble. And I just looked into it tonight before I came on. I say, no, I got to learn the studio because you can broadcast to a lot more places on Rumble for free.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's free. Now, I'm sure they monetize it a different way and they put something on their ads or something, but I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. And I mean, we're locked in until we buy it a year at a time, our StreamYard. We buy it a year at a time. So that way we're not paying the full price. At least we get the yearly discount.
Okay.
So, and that's not up again until April. So, and if the price goes up again, then we will be looking into something else because the price just went up last year and it was outrageous. So the only reason we didn't was because, you know, my consortium and I got together and we discussed it and we decided that where we're at with what we want to do, learning a whole new thing would not have helped us. We wanted to, you know, we're doing certain things and we don't want to have to add something else on top of that. So we decided to do it for one more year. But if we decided that if it goes up again next year, that we are going to have to look for something else. If it stays the same, then we might stay for another year. But if it goes up, we will likely have to look into an alternative.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, JD. Now we're just talking shop here. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to end the live stream. I want you to stay on because you and I need to discuss a few things afterwards.
Sure.
So not that a whole lot of people are watching right now, but anyway, I'll end it here. Hey, folks, this is me, Popcorn and Whiskey. My name is Andrew. I'm the face who runs the place. My good friend JD is on with me today, and we'll be back another time, I'm sure. We had a special Thursday edition. Thanks for hanging with us. The ones who are here, great, fantastic. I will cut different places in this video up, and I'm sure I'll post it someplace. But until next time, this is me, JD. Ciao.